Man, the earlier you expand your pen, the greater you become sooner. Like when I finally start writing the R&B joints, like when I wrote Field Trip and shit, it was like, I realized I was holding myself, like I discovered I was a writer and not a rapper. The whole time I thought I was a rapper, but really I'm just a writer. I could write anything, movies, songs, books, everything. But in order to cultivate your pen, you have to write different mediums. Hip hop's one medium of delivery. I was talking to Kadeem yesterday. Man.
That's why you said that last night?
Yeah. He the first one that just feel like, he feels like me, where it's like, it's hard not to believe him because he feels so sure of his word and of his abilities.
All right. I was gonna say Kadeem is really like so straight to the point that I'll be
Real nigga.
Uh-oh.
What's happening? What's up, dog? You outside sliding, huh?
You good?
Of course.
You look good, man. I like the haircut.
Come on, gratitude.
Kadeem is the first nigga to be like so straightforward. I thought this nigga like was just irritated. Like he talked like he irritated because he's so like, nigga, this is what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not irritation. He's just dead ass. Like, no, I'm not finna bullshit you.
Right. It's like we're gonna save all that time. We're gonna save all that time you will spend bullshitting.
And we're gonna just say it how it's gonna look, so that when it look like that, you don't have no ifs, ands, or buts or questions. And if you don't like it, you don't have to do it.
Man. Man. And just there, like, and through, you know, like, he is how, you know, when we had that meeting with Venice and we were saying, like, you know, we think we could do this within the next year. Like, let's power up. And it was kind of like, nah, it's a little bit slow, take more. But they like, yeah, nigga, we think so too. Like, we know we can hit that shit.
Right.
And it's, you know, everybody run at different paces, but like they're looking at it how we looking at it. Like, let's try to move this bitch on the first single. You know, it can only do what it can do, but let's try.
All right. So you got them helping with this and Venice?
No, this one is just going with them. But Venice is just helping in totality build my brand. So.
Oh, okay. Damn.
Right.
I might have to go work at your mom's when we get back. That's cool.
Yeah.
I need to see if that footage is finished.
You really need both, bruh. You need some niggas that's like, we building for 10 years, and you need some niggas that's like, no, we're gonna do this today.
Yeah.
You gotta have both.
Because
if you don't do it today, 10 years ain't gonna even, you know, 10 years you might not even be where you need to be.
True.
If you don't think about that, then, you know, you also won't do what you need to do today as well.
True. But also, having a nigga that's like, nah, we shouldn't do this shit today, and then you don't get it done today, but you got hella close to getting it done, it's just like, well, at least we closer for tomorrow.
That was my, you know, I had read this shit one time, and it was like, write down your 5-year goals and try to do it all in one. And that's how I attack life.
Yep.
At least, and if you fail, you're going to be way closer than you would have been.
Right.
Because you tried to tackle 5 years worth of work in one. That's why a nigga 30 albums, 35 albums. It's like, usually people don't get 30 albums in the span of their career. It'll take you a 10-year career, 15-year career to get 30 albums, right? But I was like, hey, I'm gonna attack that shit in the same amount of time that it would take me to do that. I'm gonna just do it in this time.
Mm-hmm.
And it helped me build an entire catalog. Do 10 years worth of work in one. But I was looking at YG Marley, because they broke that Praise Jah in the Moonlight record.
Yeah.
And I'm looking because I'm like just trying to see everything they did around it. And I go on the fucking Spotify, and that nigga dropped one song. Like, that was the only record he dropped. That was the only record he dropped. I had Kadeem, I said, y'all niggas did it with one. And he was like, man, the timing, the movie came out and it had enough traction for us to just send it.
The movie?
Yeah, because the Bob Marley movie.
Oh.
And that's Bob Marley's son, grandson. And it was like in the movie. And, you know, that didn't give it enough juice to go, but it helped move it. And they was able to just keep putting fire on that hole. And, you know, it's like, that's a good song, but it's not a great song. But they've been able to do it. And I just started kind of looking through the rest of the roster and the catalog, and it's like, they've been able to do it with decent songs. So imagine you get a record.
It was just them niggas' moment in time.
And these niggas have been the niggas behind all the virality of the acts from the majors. A lot of them. Like, as I start digging, I'm like, bruh, it's
No, for
these
real.
niggas.
For real. When bro said he didn't already seeded some shit for you, I was like, wow.
Bro, since the baby though, like, being, you know, he been running this play.
That was like a slap, not a slap in the face, but a damn, nigga, they had us fooled. We met Flight House, it was juice.
We were juiced to meet the nigga who, you know.
Knew the nigga.
Right? I mean, but they also have their own network and shit too.
Okay.
You know, so it's like they're a form of a plug as well.
I mean, the middleman is still a plug.
Right?
Niggas could come
the goal is to have all the plugs.
Oh God.
You know, use them for this, use them for this, use them for this, them for that, them for that. Eventually you got a network that's just scalable.
Right. Damn.
All right.
Also, too, though, bro, it's just like everything's just aligning for it to be your moment. Them niggas, oh, that's a dog. Them niggas.
I feel like we could get it before the year over.
It was their time, and that was your time. It's just everything's aligning for it to be your time. Them niggas, yeah, they was able to do it with not so great songs, but it was just them niggas' moments in time.
Right.
It's your turn, and it's gonna look a lot different because not only do you have great music, but you have a great brand.
And my thing is like, if the ability is real and true, then I could have a Drake run. Because I could just keep delivering hits.
Would you?
And I could work with this artist. I could just keep bringing them hits in the content, and it's like, send it. You know, we don't have to do nothing but develop and create moments that we can send, and we have the full ability and infrastructure to do it, nigga. When I say it's up,
would you take down old shit and give it to them?
Hell nah. Take down old shit from what? Like my catalog?
Yeah, command shift and shit?
Hell nah. I just pay for it. The shit that we own, we spend our own money. Use the resource. The shit that they have partial ownership in, use their money. But no. You don't give it away, you just fund it. Especially, like I say, when that shit start rolling in, you have the money and resource for funding. It's like,
true.
Once the niggas start generating $100,000 a month off streaming and shit, it's like, all right, let's go make a moment. Let's send it and break it. Every time we get a moment, we could send it and we could at least give it a chance.
Right.
You know? Like if you can run 25,000 and add YouTube, IG, TikTok, and 25 in seeding, for every record in every moment that has proven itself, you're gonna get a shot.
True.
And out of that 100, like I say, just that shit breaking, that's, man, 100,000 is just 4 shows.
Yeah.
Right now, like, nigga, the show rate gonna be 50 in no time once a nigga get a hit. So it's like, you, man, bro, I'm sending everything. Mally, Shantae, like, I'm really gonna start doing one-offs again with artists where I just find the artists I love and do a record. And I'm coming outside of R&B and hip hop. Like, we found this, her name Emma Gerson, when I was doing live sessions, found her. It's this white girl, pen crazy, and she write records. And like, bro, she gonna be as big as fucking Taylor Swift if she had the infrastructure. All we could give her back then was the game and the live sessions and her put. But now it's like, oh no, I'm finna take it there.
That's
and you know,
crazy.
it's very seldom you see black men managing white artists. Like Troy was saying, they used to walk in and thought he was working for, you know, an assistant or something. But it's like, when you can get to that level of just breaking, man, we ain't gotta deal with nobody. It's like, nigga, I got all the plugs.
Oh God.
I could break everything.
Oh God.
And we put our own paper up, nigga, it's a win. It's a win. Like, we really gonna be able to see the effect of spending 100,000, and that'd be a dope thing to document. We finna take 100,000
and see
to
what
market
happened.
this one moment, this one thing, 100,000 in this one thing. This is what we spend it on. These are the results, and show people. Say 50,000. Okay, this is how we start. You feel me? Like, you get to do it at different degrees.
Right. I do it for the block. Not a little saint.
I can't see it going no other way, bruh.
Niggas gonna get a real break. Like, you gonna
Because
be able
it's
to
gonna move itself.
Niggas gonna literally be able to be like, nah, I'm really not finna do nothing today. I'm really finna chill.
Because it's gonna move itself.
Nigga, we get up and work every day.
And we still gonna do it then.
Yeah,
That's gonna be the beauty,
like,
but yeah, it's gonna just be.
The pressure of everything is just like, damn, we did it. We did it. That manyan coming, nigga. And it take 3 months for streaming to hit. So really just watching them numbers for 3 months before, it's gonna be like.
But the shows.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's like, it'll start coming in. You'll start seeing the income instantly if you're a nigga like us that's like, hey, offering my bio, book me, features, everything. Like, you'll start seeing the revenue instantly. As soon as you go viral, you're gonna, like, Juvie announced tomorrow, hey, I'm doing bookings, I'm pulling up. If you got venues, yards, I'm pulling up instantly. Just from that moment. Same with Richie Rich. Features, what's happening? Features and all that shit. Instantly. The result is instant. It was like, you spend that 100,000, you're gonna be able to make at least 250. And I'm excited to just have, like, do the dummy test publicly, you know, and show people publicly how to do it, how we allocate it, how we run the ad. This is what it goes into. Like, bro, that shit gonna be information that just ain't never existed.
Right?
Nigga, no one has showed it as refined. Boom, 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 boom.
Ever.
And then show the result.
Like, yeah, I spent the 100, made an M. Spent the 100, made an M.
And really, it's like, if you got one, like, if you really got a record, it ain't no stopping it. Like, that's a dope thing. What's up, y'all? The great records don't stop. The great records don't stop. I'm still playing Tupac, I ain't mad at you.
And do
I'm
for
still
love.
playing Changes. I'm still playing Do for Love. The great records don't stop.
Oh God. They said the Beatles catalog make a few M's a year.
The great records don't stop. And imagine you just keep marketing as it scale. It was like the first month you spent 25 and then you was able to gross X. So the next month you spent 50 and you was able to gross X. So the next month you spent 100, you gross X, you spent 200. Like, it's just consistent scaling. Only reason you only don't get your paper back if you don't know how to monetize yourself within the moment.
Mm-hmm.
But the way, like, with the system we created, bro, like, you can't lose. It's just no way. Nigga, you can't lose.
I do it for the block, not a little Saint.
Sheesh. We about to push go.
Oh God.
We about to push go.
It's gonna look good. Good.
That's the beauty about this shit. It's like I feel like I already know and see the result and feel it. Like, it's just right there.
Do feel like like we're reaching closer to the climax of the movie.
Yeah. We getting to the middle.
Yeah.
We getting to the middle of the movie. It's been like this.
Like it's starting to make sense.
And then it's gonna go to the resolution. But we just been this whole
like, you know how
this past year have been like crazy growth spike.
Right? You know how in the trap it was different moments where we was on our seat, like nigga just. That's probably how people watching us now. Like nigga,
Right.
just.
And
And
the
then
fact
it's gonna
that they
hit.
get to see it like daily, you know,
Right?
it ain't really no magic.
What's going on, dog? How you doing?
It ain't really no magic.
Like niggas gonna be jumping for joy. We're gonna be walking through the streets, niggas outside their house because they know we coming down the block.
Oh God.
Just waiting to see us. Remember that day we was walking, nigga, and that German Shepherd popped up? The lady ain't even say
Oh
nothing.
God.
Nigga, I was so like,
not at all.
Nigga, what was going on?
Damn. Yeah, I'm excited to just have the infrastructure and power and ability to like take a record there when we know we got one.
All right.
And we got so many, but I'm excited to use my legacy and my ability to give other people records now.
It's gonna be fire when you get your first Melly.
Yep.
It's gonna be fire. Platinum,
What's up, dog?
young nigga.
Yeah, you're gonna have your first hit by 21
Yeah, for sure.
at the latest. At the latest.
Oh yeah, Mally, Gigs might be calling you tomorrow too, or today, to ask if he can use the Ronin on the 22nd and the 23rd. It's your call because it's nigga, you using that shit. So I told him we're doing shit that day though on our calendar, so I couldn't let him use it, our main one. Oh well, yeah. So I'm gonna let him do it.
Damn.
Infrastructure so wide. Nigga, you got me and Mally using Ronins. While you sitting back editing. You were editing yesterday. We wasn't even with you.
Scheduling content. Getting it done. And that's what's dope too about what we building, because if any of y'all strike gold, and it's like, oh, that's one, that's a hit, let's take it there. We're gonna get to take it there.
On God. And on God, you getting splits on everything I do for the rest of my career, even when I'm not here. So it's like, nigga, I would be glad to, nigga, 5-10 years be like, hey, bro, we got one that's going. Right. And you got a nice percent on that motherfucker. Nigga, what?
We get to take it there. And I'm finna show y'all the blueprint of how to take it there. So it's like, eventually you don't even need me to take it there. It's like, use your own paper, do it yourself.
Nigga. On God, though. You gotta keep going. Nigga, you gonna be the first. You gonna be the first. Merced don't got one.
And you alter,
not one of these.
You alter the infrastructure once you have the information and the capital. Like, it don't matter where you are, where you from, once you get the information in the capital. I could break a nigga from buttfuck nowhere. I already have.
True.
It's like, bro. You
True.
feel me? Like, none of that even matters. Like we so good at what we do that when I found out you were from Merced, I thought it was cool. It was like, oh shit, this is dope. You're gonna be the first. They used to look at that as a negative, you know.
Nope.
But to us, it's like, oh, even better. Even better. You're the first.
Oh God.
Now we get to do something that niggas didn't think was possible.
Nigga, I'm so appreciative of the information you giving me to go change my life, that I'm negotiating splits on niggas' projects that they dropping on they shit. And I'm like, I want this split, but I'd also like you to send this percent to Russ. Cause it's like, nigga, you never know what's gonna go. A nigga might like, and that's what I'm doing. Everything I shoot now, I'm negotiating a split or I don't want to do it for real. It's like, nigga.
You should have a stake in everything you work on.
Everything, bro. All them niggas, like all the Bay niggas who hit me right now, I'm like, bro, I do it, but even if it ain't going on my shit, I want the split then. I want the split.
Right.
And I'm telling niggas.
When I was doing live sessions, I was going to start having people give us splits on the original after we do the live, because the live will go so viral, bruh, it'll blow the original up again.
I know.
But I end up not doing it because I had to deal with some niggas were signed to label, some niggas were signed, so it was just like, it was too much of a hassle. I just said, fuck it. But you know, that is a result.
On God, bro, still going.
If that shit would have got seeded,
bro,
and then you ran the ads, and then you, like, it would have boomed even more. It would have boomed to the point where people would have wanted, he would have had another run.
On God.
He already did off just that, off just our pages going. But it's like, nigga, when you got that networking capital and you're like, all right, now we're going to go and see. And that also changes your percentage. When you start putting paper up, we talking about different percents now. There's no more like this, like, no, nigga, your investment is grander. So everything changes.
And that shit great. And the dope thing is like, negotiating splits hasn't been a fucking hassle. Because of the shit I'm doing with you. And niggas know, it's like, you will be a fool.
But look, you get to the point where niggas know you can do the content, it can go viral, and you have the ability to seed it, run the ads and everything, it's gonna be a no-brainer.
No-brainer. That's funny you say that, because Mike G said that last night. He was like, once we get one under our belt for real, where it's like, nah, they really capable.
Y'all gotta get a record.
No, for real.
Like, that's what's gonna open the door for niggas to be like, I have to go over there. Like, you become a hit factory.
Yeah.
You have to get a record though.
That's what Mike G said.
As long as you just like, you gotta get a record.
Mike G said, he was like, I want to really become like a DTB. Because when you know what you're getting when you go with DTB. Like, you gonna get some shit. But DTB
still doesn't do the other side.
No, true. But it's like,
you gonna get you a record. Yeah.
All the other shit is just shit that we adding on. But as far as like knowing, like, nah, I'm gonna go there and nigga, this gonna be very worth my time. It's worth your time to go get in the lab with DTV.
Always.
Very worth your time.
Always. You know, you're gonna get a record.
I'm not in a rush though. I'm loving what me and Mike G is doing. Because we learning artists, we learning how to communicate to artists in sessions. Like, don't come a point to where we really able to be like, just running shit for real. It just come with reps. And Mike G was like, bruh, some sessions we do have to test and we may not come out with shit, but we also might. You never know. Like, we have to just keep trying. Because with artists, it's hit or miss. You really never know. In early phases of development,
you get the
like
artists is like NBA players. You know if Curry's coming on your team,
no, true.
You're gonna get some buckets.
But we don't have
you
access
know if
to,
you bringing in.
We don't have that access to Curry's yet. You're the only Curry we have that kind of access to. We don't have that kind of, so we building our market right now to be able to have that. We don't have a bunch of Currys that's wanting to work with us. We got a select
you
few.
do. You just have to dig more. You don't take the niggas that's just in front. Curry was Curry before he was Curry, and you have to find those. Mally is a Curry, but you have to find those before it's in front of you. You have plenty access because they don't have help. Yeah. They're all there. Mally was there. So that's not a real statement. There's plenty. You just have to do the digging. You can't just look on top of the dirt and be like, this is all we have access to. That's not real. You need to dig and find the Currys. And there's plenty of them. Nigga, when I was doing live sessions, I was finding Curry that had no help, no bagging, no nothing. What's happening? Mally, Katana, Jane, Emma, like it was countless Currys. There is countless Currys. Shantae, like what do you mean you don't have access to them?
We've done work with them. I've done work with them.
Yeah, but I'm saying there's plenty you have access. You can't tell you don't have access. That's not real.
Well, outside of the ones I've worked with already, like the niggas who's hitting me trying to work, and there's only so much I could do trying to work with a nigga. It's other niggas I do feel like that about, but I don't have access to work with them. Like, it's not, even smaller niggas. I've even reached out with smaller niggas trying to work. Sometimes you just do not have access to work with these niggas.
Yeah, because you got to get a record.
Yeah.
You got to get, and not even a record, you just got to get in that, like Anti was a hit under your belt.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? It was like you got to,
and that's why the
more hits you make, the more it go.
Live sessions, as far as live sessions, I could pretty much get like a bunch more like dope ass artists. But it's record building. I want to start building records too. Like,
but that's how it starts. It's like you got to give somebody a hit for them to even want to do. Like,
yeah, that's
what I had to do.
And that's the only reason I said the access, because I know the access is there. It's just I'm
it's crazy.
in a phase of proving myself.
With Coney, like we just did a song after years. Like the Greatest went viral years ago, and I was like, here's a hit from me, and it just grows that, and eventually it come back.
Yeah. That's why I said, like, I'm in no rush. I'm just kind of building and putting up shots. The ones that I do have access to, I've utilized. I've done live sessions with Mally. We got records. Shantae, same thing. Did live sessions with Coney. Trying to line up records with him next.
You're not old enough to have you yet. You feel me? It's like I was in the same way. You're a culmination of all your inspirations until you go through life, more and more, and you develop your sense of self, and you have things that are now defined as you. But starting is like, bro, I was J. Cole, Kendrick, Lil Wayne, Hov, Pop for years, well into my 20s. I went by Total Shakur. So it's like that's part of the process, and that's how you develop who you are and find your sense of self. That come with it, embrace that. Don't be mad that people compare you to great people. I know it'd be upsetting to hear niggas be like, man, you sound like this person, but it's like, you rather niggas say you sound like me than Ice JJ Fish. That's a great thing that you sound like great people. But it's a part of the process that you can't skip. The only way to get out of that is to write yourself out of that. You have to write, hundreds of records and find you to get out of that. So if you stop writing because you're like, man, I hate that, then you're never gonna get out that bubble. You have to shoot your way out of that, period. And if you stop shooting, you don't get good enough to get out of there. Kobe had to play hella long before he stopped playing like Jordan. Nigga chewed gum and stuck his tongue out and did everything Jordan did until he got his own. That's just the flow and the process. And I honestly think it never goes away. And like, I don't wish for mine to go away. Like, I love that when I write, I can hear Drake's voice, and I can hear Cole, and I can hear Meek Mill, and I can hear, because I get to borrow. I wouldn't be able to write some of the songs I wrote if I didn't get to borrow. If I couldn't borrow from Pac, I wouldn't have been able to write Finer Things. Thank God the money check. I wouldn't be able to write Young Nigga Keep Your Head Up if I couldn't borrow from Pac. You feel me? As long as you know your life is your life and you don't write nobody else's, it's always going to be uniquely yours, but borrow. What Nip say? I steal great ideas. The fact that you already have like so much of yourself at 19, 18, not even 17, 18, nigga, you already ahead. Like I said, some of these niggas listen to Ken Carson. No knock to him, but it's like that's where they are. So you're ahead of the curve. You feel me? Like just embrace that. Embrace sounding like the greats and feeling like the greats, and eventually you're gonna come into your own.
What's up, bro?
What's happening? It just take that time. But honestly, yeah, I don't think it ever goes away. Like as long as people on earth are influential, you're going to be influenced by someone. And that's going to come out in your art and in your life. You didn't always talk the way you talk. You had to get around certain people. You didn't always walk the way you walk, dance the way you dance. You had to get around certain people. And it ultimately makes you. It's like if I didn't have a Dre, a 40, or any of them, I wouldn't be the me that I am. I wouldn't be on stage if Dre, you know? So embrace it. Eventually it becomes you. People don't even, you know, they could always see the influence, but they know it's you.
Oh, I got it.